today. Unfortunately, those conditions did not stick around as we're looking at that rain falling over Doak Campbell Stadium. It's currently 49 degrees. That temperature just keeps going down. So if you're outside tonight, definitely bring a rain jacket, or if you can help it, just don't go outside because we're going to see that rain continue. We got just a little bit of a breeze from the north. There's that mess of rain that's hanging out over the Big Bend. Continue to push east throughout the evening. So that's why we're telling you guys that rain's not looking like it's going to go away. As we go into tonight, though, later we should see just more clouds like early morning tomorrow. It's going to be 42 degrees. And then looking at tomorrow, those clouds are going to hang around, but the good news is should be dry. We're looking at a high of 58. Once again, that slight breeze from the north should still be sticking around. But tonight on the show, we're going to talk about this rainy start to the week, the cool and sunny weather to come for the rest of the week, and we've also got some FSU weather trivia, so stay tuned for FSU weather.
Good evening. I am student meteorologist Allie McCord, starting off our show for the Monday with FSU weather. So we had a beautiful weekend this past weekend. We had some great conditions, cooler weather. I actually went on a really nice hike this weekend, and so I got to experience those great temperatures, which were in the low to mid 40s this weekend. But today we did have a pretty dismal day with these cold temperatures. I was walking to class and it was quite chilly, but we are experiencing some rain in Tallahassee right now. So we're going to see this rain move through the panhandle, bringing us quite a bit of showers in the next coming hours, especially tomorrow with these showers moving through. But as the week goes on, we are going to see them clear up and bring us a little bit colder temperatures. As for now, I'm going to throw things over to Jonathan on the wall, where he's going to give us a closer look at our local.
Yeah, Allie-Ann, so as we are looking over Doak Campbell Stadium, notice we don't really have a good view of the stadium, and the weather tonight is not going to be that great either. We have raindrops on our camera, and that's very indicative of this just very cold, dreary rain that we have over the area right now. 49 degrees, light rain, just a tiny bit of wind, so it is going to be a very damp and soggy evening. If you are driving west on I-10 right now, you are just going to be driving further and further into rain as it streams onshore. And looking at the upper level water vapor, we notice that this rain is going to stick around for a little bit while. In fact, there's more moisture content to the west of Panama City than over Tallahassee right now, which means there's not really dry sinking air coming down from behind this line of rain, so we'll have to wait and see when this line actually ends. Looking across the area for our current weather conditions and temperature, the rain's going to reach all the way up to Georgia. So if you're going up Old Bainbridge Road or Thomasville Road to maybe get some dinner in Georgia, make sure you bring an umbrella with you because that rain's not going anywhere. Dew points, this may look very dry, but given that dew point is a relative indicator compared to temperature, we do have a little bit of moisture in the air right now. This is not the best graphic to look at tonight. Notice we do have a very dominant northerly wind, which is going to be bringing in colder air behind it. So our temperatures should continue to go down. Thankfully, we're not going to approach freezing, and we won't get any freezing rain or frozen precipitation with it. But as we look at our future radar, notice this rain just keeps streaming. Notice Tallahassee, we are on the edge of the rain as we head into the morning, so we may see some showers and some specks of rain in the morning, but those clouds are going to stick around through your evening tomorrow. Should be thinning out as we head throughout the day, though. 9 a.m., a little bit muggy. Would not be surprised to see a little bit of fog, but 46 degrees, and we're going to heat up into the mid-50s. Maybe a peak of sunshine by the evening, but I'm not going to count on that. We have clouds on the agenda for tomorrow. 30% chance of your morning rain, but as we are heading through the week, notice it's going to get drier and drier and drier. Your temperatures are going to warm up. We are going to have to wait and see if we actually reach the 70-degree mark on the weekend, but that might be another great opportunity to take a hike. Is that right, Allie-Ann?
Yes, so this weekend was the perfect conditions for that hike. But as we head out into the southeast, we're going to see a little more rain, but mostly in the panhandle right now. As for the temperatures in the southeast, we're kind of sticking around the 50s right now here through like the middle region of the southeast. But as we move into Florida, we're going to see those temperatures pick up a little bit. Tampa's sitting at a nice 57 right now, kind of cool compared to what we usually see it at, but Miami staying on track here at 76 degrees Fahrenheit. So looking at those dew points out west are a lot drier than we're experiencing here in the Panhandle region, as our temperature and dew points are very close together. So we're having a lot more muggy conditions here in the Panhandle. And then as we dip down south, we're going to see those dew points also pick up with those showers we're going to see. So here's a great way to see where these showers are right now. We're going to see this high pressure move into the southeast, more east, and we're going to push that rain out tomorrow. But now we're going to see those showers right here really affecting the Panhandle. Oh, so that's all associated with this front right here, just bringing a lot of rain into our area. So satellite again, all this rain coming up, really affecting Pensacola, Panama City, Apalachicola area in the southeast. So we're just going to see those showers move up into Georgia and bring lots of rain for our area. For upper level water vapor, we do see not a lot of water vapor, more up in Atlanta, but those showers are still moving through in these early hours. So our storm outlook, we actually don't have any thunderstorms that are going to be really affecting us that we have to worry about. And as we move into tomorrow, also no more storm outlook, which is very fortunate for the southeast, as we have had a lot of storms lately that have been affecting daily life. And then as we move into day 3, also very dismal, very kind of good weather actually, so great conditions for us. So very boring, as some would say, but on the bright side, it is great conditions. So what we really want to focus on in the next 48 hours are these storms that have developed over Tallahassee, but are going to move more east and more south at the same time. So Orlando, Tampa tomorrow are really going to be seeing these storms move over. So if you want to see it again, I'll show you, because I was kind of blocking it. But here, we're going to move, and those storms move down and just move more south as they head east. So that was our next 48 hours. I'm trying to wait for it to move. It's not going to move until it's over, but I'm sorry. Our city spotlight right now is Gulfport, Mississippi. Our temperatures are in the 50s, and those temperatures are going to drop into the 30s tonight. We might hit freezing there, but a little cloudy conditions, but great temperatures. I kind of wish we were back in the freezing temperatures, but sadly we're not. Tonight's forecast, we're going to stay in the 30s across this whole region, but as you move more south to the coast, we are going to be in the 40s, and as we dip into the peninsula of Florida, we're going to get into the 50s here in Orlando, and then move more down south. Miami staying warm at 66. And for tomorrow, we have 60s all the way up in Little Rock, and then 60s even more. So down in Tallahassee, a nice 55, and we're going to move into those rainy areas. We're going to see the 50s here in Central Florida, and then move into the almost 80s in Miami. Now, I'm going to let Jesse talk about our lifestyle. Maybe we'll get a cute dog pic. What do you think, Jesse?
I hope so. I heard a rumor that there's a good-looking dog on the dog walk forecast tonight, but I guess we'll just have to see. So as you guys are probably aware, if you spent any time or looked out the window, it's a little bit of a rainy night. Maybe on an IM game, you're going to be at the Sportsplex. Well, it's going to be wet. As long as the field is playable, it's going to be raining. We shouldn't see any lightning, so no canceled games, but it's not going to be comfortable. And if you're a spectator, just don't be. I wouldn't go. But despite the rain, it's a good day to fly out if you have any week-long plans and you're planning on flying anywhere. It's sunny in a lot of other regions. Dallas-Fort Worth at 57, Los Angeles warmer. Another spot though, look at that in New York. They're seeing 38 degrees and rainy. That is a cold rain. Cannot complain about the rain here in Tallahassee, as we're still sitting around 50 degrees. Unfortunately, that rain does make tonight go stargazing. Like I said, I don't recommend doing any sort of outdoor activity if you can help it. So planning on spending any sort of nice night on top of a parking garage, do it inside your car. Look at that. There's Allian's dog, Gunner. That's what she was waiting for all night. So there you go. There's Gunner telling you that if you want to walk your dog tomorrow morning, it's going to be a little chilly at 40 a.m. as we reach 11 a.m. and those clouds are going to stick around. So the good news is you won't have the sun in your eyes. Bad news is it's going to keep it feeling pretty chilly as you go throughout the day, but it's still great conditions to take your dog for a walk. Going into Wednesday, that's 2 days from now, we're looking at 49 degrees for the FSU home basketball game versus Pittsburgh.
Definitely go cheer on our Noles. It's been tough recently, but, can't give up on them no matter what, right? Friday softball coming back, looking to be a great evening at 66 degrees, 3 p.m. when the game starts and going throughout the evening. Only down to 64 at 5 p.m. and then the sun will set after that. Once again, looking at great temperatures. After the rain tonight, this will be a great weekend plan. If you're planning to go out on Friday, later in the evening, maybe after the softball game, looking at maybe 50 degrees. So it's going to be a little bit chilly. Definitely hold on to that jacket, but it's going to be a clear night, so it should be great to make some plans. And then going into Saturday, we have an away FSU basketball game, 63 degrees at North Carolina, UNC. If you are planning on flying up there, once again, gorgeous temperatures for this time of the year in the Carolinas, 63 and sunny. Now, tomorrow morning, we're going to see that rain stick around really early in the morning, but going into Wednesday and Thursday, that sun comes out. We're looking at temperatures in the 60s on Wednesday. Things are going to cool back down. Thursday, Friday, we're going to see temperatures in the 50s and 60s, with lows still hanging around the 30s. So that chillier weather still hasn't gone away. But after talking about all those basketball games, softball games, all that, makes me want to play a game. What do y'all think, Allie and Jonathan?
Well, if it's a game, you know I want to win because I am pretty competitive.
Oh, I'm going to beat you.
Are you sure?
Well, you already have the answers, so.
Do I though?
Well, we're going to play a little bit of weather trivia as a result of a complete technical failure by the computer earlier. So this is going to be an improv segment. Okay, so you have to do that. So.
All right, y'all. What is the Saver-Simpson scale is used to measure the intensity of what?
So we measure intensities of various kind of storms. So we have hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, everything. So we got a big category here. So Jonathan, what are you going to lock in? I'm going to lock in with maybe hurricanes.
I'm going to lock in on hurricanes as well. What is hurricanes?
Oh,
hey,
one exclamation point. Close enough. Close enough. All right, moving on to our next question. We are looking at which state receives the most lightning strikes per year?
I actually do know this one for a fact because of...
It's not Florida.
Yes, it is. It is Florida because of the
Tampa
Bay.
We got these answers off of Wikipedia, y'all. I don't know if the answers
Tampa
are right.
Bay Lightning has its name for being the Bolts because Tampa receives the most lightning strikes out of any U.S. city.
Maybe it's the world I'm thinking of. I'm pretty sure the world is Honduras, but...
I think it is actually, but Florida?
Definitely.
So for I'm going to go with U.S. I'm going to lock in Florida, specifically Tampa.
Florida, there you go.
I'm sorry.
Hey, look.
We're lab partners. Between the two of us, we have one brain cell. This will work.
I gotta give Jonathan the credit, though. I think he's correct in the outside of the U.S.
It is. I think it's Lake Maracaibo or something like that.
Oh, yeah. We'll go on to the next one. We got in the United States, there's an average of 708 blank annually. So that's per year, guys.
I know he knows the answer because he loves tracking them 24/7, so I'm going to let him say it, but go ahead and let us talk about it.
I wonder what spins up really, really fast. What I like to issue warnings for.
Carousels.
Huh?
Carousels, So, you lock in your answer.
Did you say carousel?
Yeah, carousels.
I heard carrot cell. It's going to be tornadoes, right?
I'm going to go with tornadoes.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go. And correct answer was tornadoes. We see 708 of these annually. Seems like a lot. What do you think?
That is quite a few.
Given the amount of land we have in the U.S., though, our statistics are a little bit...
All right. We got one last question for you guys. This one's a little controversial. Who is the best team leader on FSU Weather?
This is a prime example of confirmation bias. When Jesse pushes the button, the answer is going to be Josh. However, Josh couldn't figure out how to get the video that was supposed to do this segment and had to call last year's team leaders up. So,
hey,
tomato.
All right, it looks like Josh might have won that one. But for now, I think we're actually, now that the game is over, that was great. Thank you for that, Josh, as a backup plan. I think we're going to actually pass things off to Allie-Ann. She's going to come give us a look at the local. I know it's raining. What else do we have going on tonight, Allie-Ann?
I think it's kind of on the forecast is rain, and just more rain. So right now in Tallahassee, we do have some very cloudy skies. You do see a little bit of water on our live cam over Doak Campbell Stadium. Currently in Tallahassee, it is a cool 49. It was a lot cooler earlier when I was walking to class, but light rains right now with winds coming from the north at 3 miles per hour. So here's this frontal system we've been talking about a lot on the show. So you see these big bands of rain moving into the panhandle right now, just bringing lots of rain, potentially a few thunderstorms, but not very likely as these cells are not very developed. So we just have rain, rain, rain. For our upper level water vapor, you really don't see a lot of water vapor up in the upper atmosphere right here right now, but it's more over Atlanta and like Atlanta, Georgia area. But still, that's not diminishing these showers we're seeing right now, so they are very much in the lower atmosphere. So temperatures here in the Big Bend are sitting in the 40s across the board, except for our little outliers of Apalachicola and Perry right here. So we're going to see these rain in all these areas as these clouds and showers move through, but still a nice cold 49 in Tallahassee. And these dew points are very close to the actual temperature right now. So we're not going to see those dry conditions because this is relatively dry air or dry dew points that we would see. But right now, with the temperature being 49 in Tallahassee and the dew point being 46, we're really going to have very humid, muggy conditions for the Big Bend. So we do have a northerly wind bringing in all that cold air right now, but we are going to see those winds shift as this rain comes through. So this rain right here is going to shift our wind more northeast with these showers, but as we go into tomorrow, those rains are going to move more east and more south at the same time. So we're going to have a lot of cloud cover stick in for tomorrow afternoon. So not very bright conditions, just cloudy conditions all day tomorrow. Our marine forecast. So today's probably not the best day to go out on your boat because our waves are pretty choppy, so it is not the glass sea you'd like to see. Our day planner, we do have very muggy conditions at 9 a.m. tomorrow, but these temperatures are going to pick up into the mid-50s tomorrow. So as the sun kind of peaks out in the afternoon, we are going to see these temperatures pick up tomorrow. And then for our week ahead, like I said, we will see rain tomorrow. But as that rain passes, we will have some very sunny conditions on Wednesday, Thursday, and slight clouds the rest of the week. But for now, I'm going to give it to Jesse to talk about our national.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of rain here in Tallahassee, and as we go throughout the rest of the United States, we're seeing some areas that are also seeing rain as we're looking into areas to the north of us, Atlanta, Washington, D.C. looking at 40 and rainy. So it's a very chilly evening there to be receiving the rain. 49 here in Tallahassee. As you go further south, there's Miami, 76, looking wonderful as always. It's always pretty warm down there. As we're looking out into the west, though, temperatures are going to dip down into the 40s. Then as you reach the west coast, we're looking at 64 in San Francisco and 75 in Los Angeles. So these are a lot warmer temperatures than what a lot of these areas have been seeing since the snowstorm last week and the week prior. So this is going to be a nice relief as we're looking at the next few days here. Out in the west, it is looking extremely dry. Look at that, 19 in Denver, 18 in Albuquerque. So that's going to be high pressure. That's going to keep your skies pretty clear. No rain, no moisture in the air, but it is really dry, like I said. So you're going to need that chapstick. You're going to need that lotion, whatever else you use to keep your skin moisturized and feeling better, because those are not great conditions if you're going to be outside for extended periods of time. We do see a little bit of that green coming back in as we go down, look into Miami with 66 down there. So very moist air, just like it's always warm down there. It's always pretty moist. So, you know, if you like that heavier air, I guess that's for you. I don't think I know anyone who does, though. So, but a lot of people live in Miami, so you never know. We have a lot of rain coming through Tallahassee region, what looks like the tail end of a cold front, a weak cold front pushing through. So all the Big Bend is seeing that rain, along with a lot of Georgia and some of the Carolinas. And then as you move up into the northeast region of the United States, we're going to see that rain continue. And here is that upper level moisture that's showing us where exactly all this moisture is. And we have this band going up into the northeast, and then we have some dry air behind it. And then there's more moisture headed our way that's coming up in the northwest. So this is where you're going to potentially see more rain, more clouds, and everything like that. Up in Montana, we're looking at high wind warning, and we also have some watches in the Dakotas as well. And this is actually a fire weather warning as well, so definitely be careful tonight if you're in these regions and you're planning on having any sort of bonfire. I definitely just cancel that as we're looking at those wind issues. Looking over into the East Coast, we're looking at some winter weather advisories, so keep an eye on that as well. If you are looking to be outside, it's going to be chilly. Now here's that rain in the northeast. We're also seeing some snow and even mixed precip in Pennsylvania, so if you are in that region, definitely keep an eye out on that ice as we go into tonight, especially if you're going to be driving, as that could be hazardous driving conditions. In the west, we've seen that rain off the coast of Washington. That's almost always there. It's normal if you're in Seattle. You're just going to see that rain. And we have clouds covering the majority of the western portion of the United States as well, along with some snow and maybe some higher altitudes, looking at maybe some of the Rockies as well. Might be a little pop-up snow shower. Things are high and dry here in Albuquerque and the rest of the southwest United States. Not seeing any rain down there. And then our favorite, the southeast. Texas staying dry, but the further east you go, the more moisture, precip, clouds you're going to see. Here in Florida, still looking pretty dry as far as the south portion of Florida goes, but that rain's coming your way, so definitely keep an eye out. For the drought monitor, we're still looking at a lot of regions that are in severe, extreme, and even exceptional drought as you head out west. But I can say for one that since we've started looking at this map from the beginning of last fall, things have definitely look better now as we're going into like a rainier season. We've seen that rainfall in a lot of these areas. Today, tomorrow, and what's the next day? Wednesday. We're looking at clear conditions. We're looking at, despite the rain, we're not looking at any thunderstorms coming our way. So the entirety of the U.S. is in the clear as far as that goes. Tonight's conditions are going to be frigid if you're out west. In the east, things are looking a little bit better, but we're still looking at conditions that could produce maybe some ice if you're up in Washington, D.C. Boston, once again, if you're looking to drive, just keep an eye out on the conditions there because it could be potentially dangerous. And looking at tomorrow, these are some beautiful temperatures all across the Midwest and even into the eastern portion of the United States. These are some great conditions after the snowstorms that we've been seeing. What do you think, Jonathan?
Yeah, so we're not going to see any snow, but we are going to be playing a game as we traverse across the state of Florida called Spot the Cold Front and Will the cold front make it to Miami? That's always the big question. It's very obvious to see where it is right now, where we have this sort of temperature gradient in the colors from the yellows and greens down to the reds and oranges. And where that is, that's where that cold front is passing. You can see the same thing duplicated in the dew points. Anything above 50, south of the I-4 corridor, that's going to be where you have that sweater air, where it's going to be very humid outside and very dense outside, whereas it's a little bit drier up here. Ironically, it's to the north where we have the rain right now compared to South Florida. That's going to be because of that cold front. The precipitation associated with the cold front is a little bit lagged behind because this is kind of a weird cold front. It's not your textbook example of one. So we have this belt of precipitation that's just pouring over Tallahassee, and it's very clear where this warm air is, which means once we get into this area, we might see a little bit more rain tomorrow. Down in Miami, maybe some scattered showers and storms over the Everglades, not producing much, not much to worry about. But as we head into your 3-day forecast for Miami, notice you're going to get the rain chances from the cold front, but I don't really know if we can count that 71 as cold. It may be cold for those of you who live down here, but as someone who's from up north, that is not going to be a cold front in my books. As we head further north in the state, Tampa, you're going to get that cold front. 57 for a high tomorrow. It's going to be a little bit chilly. Maybe bring a rain jacket and wear a hoodie underneath it so that you don't get cold in the rain. That is one of my least favorite feelings of the world, so I want to have people avoid that if possible. But then as we head into the rest of the week, it is going to warm up. Temperatures in both Tampa and Orlando will approach 69 by the end of the week. But Orlando, if you're out on the theme parks tomorrow, you're going to need to buy that Universal Resorts poncho. You're going to need to buy that Disney umbrella in the store if you forget yours, because it may be overpriced, but you do not want to walk around a theme park soaked all day unless you willingly do the water rides. Looking at our satellite and radar on the I-4 corridor right now, not much is happening except for that ugly eyesore of a building that just won't get done. But we'll see if the rain ever does make it down there. Maybe it'll stall over North Florida overnight. As we head up into Jacksonville, for your 295 corridor, it should get a little bit cooler than it was around I-4. 56 tomorrow. Same thing applies. You're going to need your rain jacket with about a 75% chance of rain, but then it quickly dries out and heats up behind it. Pensacola, your cold front will have passed by tomorrow, so you're going to be one of the only spots in the state that doesn't have a rain chance tomorrow. Dry for the rest of the week. Temperatures will warm up. As we look at our satellite and radar for the western part of the state, notice your rain is already starting to clear out if you are approaching the Alabama border. But those temperatures, this is where it gets really interesting. Notice your low temperature should drop down into the 50s in Fort Myers, but the highs tomorrow, I don't think the cold front is going to reach Miami. But zooming in on a local level, here's Jessica with her first local.
Thanks, Jonathan. Taking a look at our local weather once again, we have our view over Doak Campbell Stadium right now. Still pretty rainy, not all that clear out. Good evening to stay in this evening, as it is going to continue being rainy all evening. Right now we're looking at temperatures of 49 degrees in the area. As mentioned, got some light rain, got some wind coming from the north at about 3 miles per hour, making it a little breezy, keeping it chilly if you're outside. In the area, all our temperatures in the upper 40s, lower 50s. We can see the rain over here up in Thomasville, Bainbridge, coming through as we move into the Panhandle. And there we go. If my graphic will move, there we go. And as we see on our satellite, as mentioned, plenty of rain going to continue on into the evening. Just going to be a good evening to stay in, as this rain really isn't going to clear up anytime this evening. And that makes sense looking at our upper level water vapor. We've got some moisture out here in the air further out west in the panhandle, means that that rain is going to continue coming as this system moves further east across the panhandle, going to keep bringing more rain into the Tallahassee area through the evening. Our dew points are in the upper 40s, 46 in Tallahassee. Makes sense that it's raining because our dew point is fairly close to the current temperatures all across the area. Some mild winds going on, 3 miles per hour in Tallahassee coming from the north. As mentioned, going to make things feel a little chilly in the area. And our future radar, we can see the rain continuing on through the evening, finally starting to clear up as we move into the morning tomorrow, but still going to be cloudy through the morning, even into the evening. So we're not going to have all that much rain tomorrow necessarily, but it's still going to be sort of a gloomy day tomorrow. 9 a.m., fairly muggy outside, even into noon, going to be cloudy. Going to continue warming up, though, throughout the day and hopefully start to clear up by the time we get to 3 p.m. Marine forecast, choppy waters out there, not necessarily great conditions to go out on the boat. And looking at our week ahead, still got our rain chances tomorrow, as mentioned. Going to warm up just a little bit as we move into the week, but going to have relatively nice conditions moving on into the week. Now to pass things back off to Allie-Ann and Jesse on the desk to wrap things up.
Thank you, Jessica. That was wonderful.
It was.
That was great. I love seeing that 7-day at the end, especially when you have a day like today where it's rainy. I was thankfully outside earlier in the day. I haven't had to spend a lot of time outside tonight, but it's going to look a lot better coming up here.
Yeah, so we're going to see these rains really push through tonight and just bringing lots of rainfall. But with those rains passing, we are going to see our temperatures drop and clear skies. But our lows are going to be in the 30s the next 2 days. What do you think about that?
I know, and we saw this colder weather this past weekend, and then the weekend before that was when we saw some record-breaking, just about cold to pass through when you made your video. That was last week. If you want to check that out, go ahead and go look at last Monday's edition of FSU Weather. That was a great video you and Josh were able to do to just see just how cold it got. But our temperatures are seeming to be on the rise, so
Yeah,
maybe we won't see weather like that during the day again.
So hopefully with spring coming, we are going to see these temperatures start to pick up, but with the passing of all these systems, we are going to see them drop just a little bit, but that's just a characteristic of a front we see. So with rain, is going to come a little bit of a temperature dip, but also clear skies to follow.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm most excited about is it looks like this weekend is going to be one of the warmest weekends that we've seen in 2022 so far, and we'll definitely be able to keep y'all updated, right?
Oh yeah.
Come back to FSU Weather.
Yeah, come back to FSU Weather. You'll see me on Thursday for sure, but go ahead and give us a follow on Twitter at FSU Weather.
Yep, and you can also like us on Facebook at FSU Weather. We need to be more active on Facebook, I'll be honest with you.
But we are very active on YouTube, where you can watch us 5 days a week at FSU Weather.
Absolutely, and also Instagram at FSU Weather. As always, we always say this, please send us your weather pictures or your dog pictures. I love getting dog pictures, or if you don't have a dog, a cat, whatever pet you got, I want to see it.
Yeah, we'll feature on the show for our dog walk. But for the rest of the night, I'm Allie-Ann McCord.
I'm Jessica Kirk. Y'all have a great night.